I am Steve.
I'm building an airport at the moment because I've been changing the law a bit. Don't like this one. It smells awful when you're cooking it. It doesn't taste good when you eat it. Arthur really likes this one and I do not know for the life of me why, because it's by far the worst super noodle flavour. It's not even close, it's not a competition. Mild curry in D tier. It just didn't really taste of a great deal, to be honest. I don't really know how to phrase it. It just didn't taste of anything particularly. Least of all interesting. So that's peri peri chicken in C tier. Now there's nothing stand out about it. It's not incredible, it's not amazing, it's not even great, but it's solid. It's good. It holds its own. No real complaints. That's Chinese salt and pepper chicken in B tier. Now I was hesitant to have this flavour for quite a while, and in hindsight that was pretty stupid, because it's good. It's not a flavour that I pick very often, but it's decent. So that's B tier for chow mein. Now it's the original, the classic. It's old, but gold, quite literally. Its packaging's yellow. That's a terrible joke. But unfortunately for chicken super noodles, while it is the classic, it doesn't make up for it being subpar compared to a lot of newer flavours. There's nothing wrong with it, but there's nothing spectacular about it. So that's B tier for the chicken flavour super noodles. Definitely one of the most unique noodle flavours. I know I'm going to say this about basically all of them, but I actually mean it when it comes to barbecue beef. It's weird. I'm not usually a big fan of like beef and steak flavoured stuff, and it is quite similar to most beef and steak flavoured stuff, like for example crisps, but it's decent. Now unfortunately with barbecue beef, I made that rookie mistake of when you eat way too much of something and you start to hate it, so I just completely went off it. In hindsight, looking at it with an impartial judgment, it's maybe not as good as I'd have said it is a year ago, but it's certainly not bad by any means, so I think that's a B tier for BBQ beef. Well, it's exactly what it says on the tin. Bacon flavour super noodles. No complaints. Pretty good. A tier. Chicken and mushroom was a late addition to this tier list because I didn't realise it existed until probably around about last August or September. Yes, this tier list has been planned for literally a year. It's interesting, for sure, but it's good. Again, it's a bit like chow mein, as in I wouldn't have it very often. I wouldn't recommend having too much of it, but it's good stuff. So that's an A tier for chicken and mushroom flavour. Good. Very good. High A tier, but not quite high enough to be S tier. So that's an A tier for katsu curry flavour. You'll notice I have a lot less to say about the flavours that are actually good because it's a lot easier to complain about things than it is to praise them. And in that same, line of thinking, American buffalo flavour, decent, A tier. Now this is my go-to, most frequent day-by-day noodle flavour. Very good, but like not so unique as that it becomes a one-off. It's kind of become a bit of a staple. It's my terribly unhealthy diet. It's a big part of that. That's an S tier for southern fried chicken noodles. It's almost the best, it's almost the champion, but there is one singular flavour greater. And your reigning champion is the one, the only, the tragically discontinued as of early this year, Mexican chicken fajita noodles. If there was a single thing sold in shops, a single item of food that was discontinued, that doesn't exist anymore, that got ruined, etc., that I would bring back, it would be Mexican chicken fajita super noodles. Absolute god tier food, food of the gods. Like, if there is an afterlife, then you probably have whole buffets of Mexican chicken fajita super noodles. Not just S-tier noodles, but S-tier food in general. Maybe I have terrible standards for food, but it is what it is.